So today's topic is online courses, right? Online courses, and adults would like to learn photography, adult photography, right? And adults would like to get into a transformation, right? Transformation, looking to learn, looking to grow, looking to develop, right? So every adult who is looking for online courses, of course, needs some information, right? Looking for something new, right? And my studio creates erotic photography for adults, right? And I've decided that it will be great to prepare erotic photography course. Erotic photography course for adults, for women and for men, right? For students who are beginners and never done photography before. And of course for people who are advanced and know the camera very well and want to drift from one, for example, business sphere to the other. Someone is doing, imagine wedding photography and want to become erotic photographer, right? And they would want someone to mentor them, tutor them, and explain them how to create that first project and how to make the first sale, right? So this is something what I'm going to talk about because this is very often I receive in my contact page information about the courses, what my studio provides, what kind of courses for adults. And of course, courses for adults are online. The olden days, we would go and sit in a class and in the group and we would learn. And at the moment, we live in a totally different society, and people are looking for courses online and joining online courses anywhere in the world, right? And there are different online courses. What is specific about my courses is because you see, erotic photography, it's a topic that not everyone can disclose and not everyone can teach. Erotic photography course is not available in any college or university, okay? And people who practicing erotic photography, they're doing it from their own experience, okay? They are self-learning and self-made people, okay? And I will be, of course, creating my course from knowledge that I have and from my experience. And my experience in adult business is 20 years. Okay. And of course, I have a different background. Okay. I'm not straightforward photographer. Okay. I am a medical person who changed the profession career here in London and joined the art community and become an artist. Okay, and then open my studio and I create here different kind of portraits which include sexual energy, intimacy, intimate connection, adult games, role play scenarios, and I create this on camera and on film. Okay, so initially, when it comes to adult photography, I would be just having two groups, one beginners and one advanced, okay? But both groups would have the same agenda to learn erotic photography without limitations. Because today, nowadays, people want that. When they find a erotic photographer, they would like to push the limits. They would like to check, their abilities. They would like to experiment, and of course, they would want to risk. Okay, they're looking for novelty, for adventure. Okay, and everyone knows what that is. Adult games, right? It involves different kind of maybe fetish scenarios, maybe BDSM scenarios, maybe hardcore, maybe romance, maybe boudoir, whatever. It could be a mix, mix of ideas, mix of styles, right? So it's not going to be a traditional course, which I recommend, right? It's gonna be an adult course with the adult topics involved, and intimate conversations would be a basis, okay, how we would start, right? So that's the thing, because you see, when it comes to erotic photography, everyone can do it. Everyone can take their pants off and take a picture of what is there. Okay, that's not complicated, right? But erotic photography for me is much more. It's to connect with the person and with their personality on a sexual level. And that means that you are feeling that person when he is performing. You feeling when he is shy, when he is scared, when he is nervous, and you helping, encouraging, advising, pushing, and of course leading him to a certain state where the sexual energy takes over and the personality shines in a different light. When I'm saying this, I am always remembering those couples when they arrive to the studio with one face, regardless of their age, and when they have an extremely, sexy, erotic photo shoot, their face changing. They look much younger, much fresher, more vibrant, more alive. Okay, that's what happens when they enter sexual energy in their life. And that's why I would like to have these students, okay, who would go around, who would learn and then go around the world and just cover this. Yesterday I had this email from someone saying that my photography is great, but in the US it's not available, and they want to find someone who is like me, okay, who is like me. So arranging erotic photography course is multiplying baby me's, okay, and explaining my strategy, my views, okay, and my values towards erotic, right? So that's what I'm doing, okay. But in general, I have noticed with adults this, that everyone now has the cameras, okay, and they love photography. Okay, people love photography. If people would not love photography, we would not have phones, and in every phone, camera settings are more and more advanced. Okay, now when you buy iPhone 17 or even 16, you can film a proper movie. Okay, it's just a great camera out there, right? So in reality, learning photography becomes more simplified now, and we can access this on the normal basis. You actually don't need even a fancy phone, okay, to learn this, right? But what I'm saying is that you don't need to learn, fancy pro equipment to become a photographer. Okay, that's what I'm saying, right? I'm not gonna scare everyone with the settings or, with the gadgets and promoting anything like that. No, no. What I will be talking about courses is about people, their anatomy, their feelings, their sexual energy, and how to make them come out of the shell, remove all the layers of insecurity, of awkwardness, of silliness, of embarrassment, of shame. Okay, it's just like this is a totally different level of approaching educational material, because my observation is this: no matter how good your camera is, no matter what brand you're using, and is it a professional lighting, or is it like a daylight, or you just, how to say, having a candle, it doesn't matter. Seriously, if that person do not want to perform in front of you, scared, shy, and you're not able to access his deepest levels and make them feel in the way that he is or she is opening the legs and doing whatever you want, then you are not a good photographer. And that's not about the camera, and it's not about the settings, and it's not about the background. Okay, erotic photography, it's about emotional state, and the person, when it goes into a sexual energy, it changes their emotional state. And why I'm saying changes is that because approaching this topic, okay, which is a first time scary and nervous experience, people go into a lot of doubts and a lot of worry and a lot of concerns and a lot of, how to say, unpleasant memories and feelings, right? And when it comes to creating erotic photography, not even everyone is able to watch this. You need to get used to this nudity and people performing in flesh and the smell and all kind of things, right? So this is all down to experience. You can't be a professional. I'm just straight away saying this, right? Because when you're starting a course, there are a lot of delusional people who think that after 5 or 10 days of this course, I will be a pro. Okay, people, when they become a pro, they are actually confident in the things what they're doing. Okay, and the wisdom comes with the experience. And so the longer you stay doing this and in this, topic of erotica, right, the more confident and experienced you are. It's just inevitable thing, right? It's just for some people it is earlier, it is later. For me, took a really long time till I was able, how to say, you see, erotica is such a secret and taboo topic that even talking about this, not everyone is confident. Okay? I'm not saying doing this, you know? That's what the thing. So there are two courses which I realized are necessary for adults. The first course, it is related with photography, but it is not direct photography course. There are so many people who would like to change their state of mind and change their sexual energy, change their relationship, change their financial situation, change their libido, health issues, and so on, and they don't know how to do it. Okay, and it's all down to them, and it's all down to sexual energy. And you see, sexual energy can be evaluated in my way with the confidence, because that's where it starts. The moment you feel confident in your body, and the confidence comes with the love to yourself as well, right? So you absolutely love yourself, respect yourself, no matter what you're doing, regardless, are you naked or are you, touching yourself, right? You are so much aware, and allow yourself to go through such experiences and treasure you, treasure your body, treasure your. You see, we come to life and we come to this planet to love, and a lot of social media explaining us that we come here to make money, okay, which is not true. If you're doing something with love, right, then again, money comes as a bonus. Okay, that's my view, right, about life. So we come to love, but what happens when we do not love ourselves, right? Automatically we can't connect with other people, right? So the confidence inside you, your love inside you, your sexual energy is inside you. There is nowhere and no need to look anywhere else. Okay, it's like this. There is no need, to look who is living and what they are doing or what's happening in the other country, or with some kind of a government. That's not where you are. Your confidence, your sexuality is a marker, and it represents your life. Okay, seriously. Look at the health, look at the relationship, but look at the financial state, and you understand at what level you are in your sexual energy. That's three indications. Okay, so when people approach erotic photo shoot, they very often, okay, scared and nervous. They are not even able to go through this experience. Okay, but they want relationship. They want to feel sexy. They want to be confident. Okay, they just too much. I would say, you see these programs, they constantly running in their heads, and they scaring them, and they pushing them, and they are demotivating them, and they are dragging them down, and they are constantly stopping them and discouraging them. So these are the programs, right? I always ask myself, is there out there people who conquer and change themselves? And the answer is yes. Okay, so it is possible with everyone, but you see, no coach or no doctor will help you. You need to help yourself with a certain, of course, information. You can go and put yourself to the right track. People think that I'm gonna listen and I'm gonna go somewhere and someone will do it for me. So Eros transformation course is needed for people who feel discouraged, who do not like themselves, who think they are not photogenic, who think they are too old or not pretty or too fat or too skinny or something is wrong with them. Okay, they do not have a relationship, they're lonely. Okay, they do not they do not want intimacy, or they have a lot of erotic fantasies but nothing happening to them, right? So they watch porn and spend their time there, okay, instead of transforming themselves and going and taking action in the real life and being with the woman or the man, you know, in real life, having that experience, intimacy, and creating that love and building this. They just, you know, spend their time watching like others doing. So this Eros transformation course is going to be like an encouragement and like a push. And very often I believe some people need to take this online course even before they go to have a photo shoot. Because the erotic photo shoot, after they discovered so many issues and bring it out to the world without any hesitation and embarrassment and judgment, right? Acknowledging of what is their real situation, seeing this, taking it, then it is easy to make a change, you know, when there is such a discussion. And I believe that there are so many people who grown up in a situation when they've been suppressed, when they've been blocked, closed, and grow up in a, you know, in the environment when there is not allowed even to think about intimacy or talk about intimacy. So how they will grow up and what kind of a relationship they will be able to create then, when that was the base when they came, right? So I'm talking today about my courses, and I am providing this information and discussing because it's time, and people are asking, right? And people are asking. So before I will go forward, I already explained that there are two ways how to learn online in my studio. And the first way is, of course, straightforward, adult photography course. Okay? Adult photography course is when you're learning erotic photography, intimate photography without limitations. And my point is this: why to spend even time on this if you are not going to be serious and not gonna go into the project and not gonna do a first sale? That's the whole agenda. Okay, if people are doing or learning erotic photography, then they want to make money. So I believe that if they pay for the course, I want them to go ahead, not only that learn about erotic photography. No, no, I will tell them where to hire the model. Okay, the model will pay them and they will make a first successful project. And then they would have this real experience, not with the friends, not with the wife, you know, or with the boyfriend, like a real experience. And the first experience in adult business, I recommend to do it with the models, because there is an adult business full of new models who would want to go with you and do an erotic photo shoot. You know, they need to update their portfolio, so it's not hard, okay, to find, right? So the first thing what I'm saying is my adult photography course is going to be a practice course. We will get some theory, and I will deliver some master classes and some workshops, and there will be homework. But what I'm saying is we are going towards the project and your sale, so that you would know, is it for you or not? Because when you didn't do the sale and haven't started this in for real, you don't know, right? So that's the first option for adults, online, and you can be in any country. You know, there is adult business and prostitutes, escorts in every country. So that's where is the adult models are. You have to go and look there, and I will tell you where. They all independent now, they are online, and they would look for photography, and you would just post that ad and you would just get inquiries. I can tell you, it's not hard, okay? Escort is everywhere. If you would be in Dubai, there will be a line for you. Okay, so that's an adult photography, right? But adult photography goes two ways. Some would like to shoot men, some would like to shoot women, some would like to shoot bridal, right? Some would like to shoot couples. Some would like to shoot like me, erotic fantasies, threesome, cuckold fantasies, right? Movies, adult movies. Even adult movies starts from the photography, okay? The most famous people in film, you can tell by the framing, and so they did photography, and they did. Okay, that's how they learn. The first, they learn to see the picture and understand and analyze and light the picture and create that view. Especially for me, it is recognizable when I watch any kind of movie, you know. So I can see this, but this is because of my eye, you know, it's trained differently, right? But you will learn to do this, right? So the first photography course, like I say, it's going to be directed towards sales so that people who invest money will get money back like this in 2 weeks' time. And then it's their choice. Do they want to continue? Do they want to multiply these projects? Do they want to do, you know, I'll just teach them to do one thing, to shoot, you know, the first portfolio, basic portfolio for the model, erotic portfolio, right? And then I will explain more. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, of course, Eros Confidence course, right? And that's again online. Okay, I found a very great platform and I've tested and I've tried and I've been also on the courses there. It's a Telegram. Okay, Telegram is private and you can do it in a group and everyone will be in the same vibe. You will be in one boat with everyone and they will have the same issues. I will be responding individually to everyone, okay? And you will be just, you know, cooking in cooking in one pot for between 5 to 10 days, right? That's the course. So I will go into details a little bit later. Let me just say hi, hello to everyone who is watching. I am translating from London, and my topics are always related to adult photography. And adult photography portraits include body portraits, include boudoir, boudoir, glamour, dressed, semi-nude, nude photography, nude art photography, explicit photography, and of course make love scenarios. Make love scenarios, fantasy scenarios, and again, like I say, you can create photo shoots with models and have threesome adventures, foursome adventures, how many adventures do you want, you know? People now love experiment, they've seen a lot on corn, they want to create, you know, something like that, try at least once, you know, have a sexy party or whatever, right? And you can be invited, okay? If you know if you know the drill, you can be invited. So, hi, hello. I'm scrolling up here to see who is here, and here we can see that there are a lot of people. Hi, hello, greetings, Julia. Have a great day with love, respect. Thank you so much. Nice message. Okay, you can ask me about erotic photography, and today's topic is online courses because people can learn erotic photography online through the distance, right? And of course, it's not only going to be me talking to you or me showing to you. It's going to be you talking to me, you showing to me, right? You doing stuff, right? So that's kind of a vice versa, right? And when it comes to professionals who learn adult photography, of course, we will do serious photo shoots right there, okay? Workshops. So that, you know, you would just feel the thrill and be inside there, right? With me. Okay, so hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, and I am answering questions today about adult photography. Okay, can we see your nails? Can you see your nails? Today, the topic is about online courses, right? So that's what you can see. You can see me talking about online courses. Can my nails. Okay, that's a new fetish probably about the nails. Usually people ask to show me the feet. You deserve it all. I know. Beautiful eyes, beautiful hair. Thank you. I will pay for love. You know, that's 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 a strange sentence, okay? Because you see, you cannot buy love, you know, you can't. There is something what you cannot buy in life, you know, and love is that thing, right? You need to invest, that's another thing, right? Invest to give yourself, to be present, to be attentive to your partner, and the erotica is that medium that can help you, okay, to explore, to change because it's very hard to desire someone you already have. Okay, and without erotica, your life would be boring, dull, no colors. You know, there are people who just living, and there are people who enjoying their life, and they are alive together, right? And we know that. Do I need to tell you that there is a difference how people live their life? Some can just, can just do it, right? And the others are smashing it, rocking it, and climbing to the nine cloud. Yeah? So there is a difference. Okay. Hi, hello. Can I release during the shoot? That's a good question. And that involves adult photography. So in my studio, you can. Okay, you will be priced accordingly because erotica in general is adult business. The more things you want to do in adult business, the pricier it gets. Okay, so the photo shoot dressed but sexy is one price. Photo shoot semi-nude, sexy is another price. Photo shoot undressed is another price, naked. Photo shoot sexual or non-sexual is two different prices. Okay, right? So when people want to make out and do like hardcore scenes, you will price it in a different way, right? And then, you can price it even your release shots as well, right? So that's kind of a situation is when you go into adult business and you hire an adult model will provide a standard service, right? Everything what is come above that standard service, you will pay extra. Okay? And I don't think I need to explain this to adults, right? If you want A level, she will say no or she will take extra. Okay? There are two options for you, right? So if you want A level from the model, this type of service, you would look specifically to that model and you would ask specifically, right? So that's how it is. So yes, you can release, but not everyone would want that. Okay, especially when we come to a boudoir studios. Boudoir studios do not allow, you know, this type of adventure. They don't want. They don't want the smell. They don't want this someone is doing. They don't want. This is actually related to their feelings and emotions as well. They feel disrespected in the way and they feel maybe embarrassed and shy and they don't want to feel awkward in this situation, right? So you would need to be with a professional who has a lot of years of experience or who has a medical background like me, for example. Then people with medical background, they react into nudity and anything what is you know human parts, private parts, intimate parts in a different way, right? That's kind of a situation. So there will be people who are happy to provide you with this service, and there will be majority who don't. Okay, but people who provide it, they will charge you for this. Yeah, that's what that is, adult service. You from Mother Russia? No, I'm not. You are single. No, I'm a widow. You are pretty. That's true. Okay. Can we get some Russian models? You can get any type of models. When you go into escort business, there are different type of models from any kind of the world, you know, anywhere, especially in elite agencies. You can actually pick by the nationality when it comes to adult agencies, right? It's the same when you Google the corn, you can you can Google Russian models and the corn will give you this option, right? You go to the agency and you want to say, I want this escort, and they will provide you with this escort. It's not a secret, right? Do you need an assistant? I have one. Thank you. Eyebrows are perfect. Okay. Today's topic is online courses for adults, which are include erotic photography. You see, an erotic photography. Let me just come back to my topic. Okay. No, I'm not Russian. I'm from Lithuania. Do you know where that is? Or you think that every blonde is Russian? Yeah? Okay. So let me just come back to the Zeros courses and in general adult courses because you see it involves photography. Like I say, everyone has cameras, right? Everyone has cameras. And Eros Confidence course is your sexual transformation course. Okay, that means is that if the person is shy and nervous to share some intimate conversation with other people, to share their erotic fantasies, that's exactly what he will be doing during that course. Okay, sharing their most secret things. Okay, so when it comes to transformation, usually I would ask people to take a picture at the start and at the end, right? But there will be a lot of selfies and work on yourself during that course, okay? And analyzing yourself and taking picture of yourself and validating every day by day, right, is going to be one of the main factors. You will be using the phone, right? So when people are thinking about any kind of course, they think about a lot of studying, right, or learning. But I believe that different people understand information in different way. Majority of us are visual, okay, visual, big percent. Then after that there is an audio, people who listen us, right? So I would be focusing on these two types because I'm a visual person too. I remember everything visually, but also I'm good in hearing. I have a very good hearing too, right? So that's how my course will be based, right? I will show a lot of visual information what involves my artwork, my erotic photography, and I will be developing their knowledge. But you see, Eros Confidence course, it's about your confidence, right? And it is the time how I will change and transform the way you feel about yourself, the way you present yourself, the way you speak about yourself, and the way you open about yourself to other people, right? That's what we will work on. Because when it comes to erotic photo shoot, that's the pre-stage that I want people to have. You see, it is sometimes for them very hard to even express what they want during erotic photo shoot. They feel shy, they feel awkward, they feel embarrassed, they feel shame. And when there is such a strong negative emotion, people can't vibrate in a confidence like zone. No, they can't be in that, right? It's like uh, I wanted to say it's like being a little bit pregnant. You can't be little bit pregnant. You or pregnant or not pregnant. So it's the same with sexy. You or sexy or not sexy. If you are feeling all these unpleasant emotions, you can't be sexy. Truly, truly, just truly, right? So when people going through that transformation course, they would see at the end how they change and how, of course, environment and life changed around them. Because I believe in instant transformation. Okay, it's one of the new psychology approaches when we do not go into problematic areas when it did happen, who told you something, or who changed your mind, or who are your parents and how you grow up. We do not go into that. We just go on this simple fact and the option that we can change our energy instantly, the same day, right? That's what I do during my photo shoot. But sometimes, like I say, people can take 1 hour, and sometimes people take 6 hours to go into that confident, sexy zone, right? And so for me, it's a lot of work. I would prefer that some individuals who know that they're absolutely nervous, that they're scared, that they would like to change their life, okay, they will start from themselves and they would work on themselves with my help, with my direction, and of course with the group help. Because when there will be people in there, they will be vibrating the same energy, you see, and they will be talking about the same problems they have and issues. So this environment, that community would help massively during that course adventure, right? And what I believe also that when people will sign to this course, there will be a certain group of people. I would say up to 50, right? And they would have, you see, we are all connected. And I believe that at that group, there will be specific people that you need for your development. Because very often what I've noticed in this group courses that people, observing, not communicating to the 100% to that point, right? And there are others who are covering the topics and subjects that they want to know, and that's how this puzzle comes up, to 100%. That someone else is telling that issue that you have, and then you understand that yes, I'm not saying or I'm not being honest. So that's why I'm thinking that these courses are even more profound than you will have a therapy session, with your psychologist one to one. This type of course will be deeper and more resultive, for you. That's what I believe. Let me just quickly go back. I can see some messages, and tell me why I should believe everything you are saying respectfully. You should not. You should not. This course is not for everyone. There are people who are ready. Okay, and when people are ready, they find you. Okay, and when they are ready, you see, there is an authentic, a real energy in the person who is telling a certain thing, right? And if I resonate or you resonate with my energy, then I don't need to prove anything. You just know and you just believe. Okay, people who I need to convince or prove, they are not ready. Okay, they need to have more lessons in life and different kind of life. Okay, and just, there are other ways. There are other ways. There is way there is way to do something and try new things, which is erotica, right? And there is way not to do it, you know? Not to do it and be happy in your cozy, familiar, and known life. So what that you are unhappy with your wife. But if you don't want to do anything and change anything and experiment, you have a full right to live like this. I don't have to change your opinion, or I don't have to invite you. No, no, no. I'm not doing here. I'm not convincing here anyone. I am just providing the information, and people who understand, they already grown to that level that they understand that erotic energy and erotic photo shoots of themselves or erotic photography will change their life. Okay, if they understand this, they will come. Okay, if you don't understand, you are not on that development path yet. It's as simple as that. So when we come to erotic energy, sexual energy, right, there is plenty information around social media. Okay, sexy people or sexy things sell very quickly, right? Sexuality attracts, not repels, okay, depending on what kind of the energy is there. Sexuality is a part of your confidence and your authentic energy and your, how to say, your authorship, okay? You have authority, and people who rule the sexual energy, and everyone has a different vibe of it, right? They are easy to stand on stage, easy to present things, easy to sell, easy to approach, female or male, easy to create a new project. It's that the energy. It's a creative energy, sexual energy, right? When people do not understand this thing, where the creative energy comes from and why you need this, right? That's another thing. Okay, that's another thing that indicates that people, just need to stay a little bit on this planet longer, okay? And not everyone is developing in the same way. But there will be people who are ready, okay? And they would want to change, okay? And they would look for this opportunity, okay? So for those, right, this course is created because as soon as I would open, admissions, right? The people will find me. It's just simple as that, right? That's how it goes. So thank you for your question. It's very respectful, but like I say, there are enough proofs already. Google. I don't have to prove anything. You just Google what the sexual energy does for your life, okay? And that's it. And then you understand Do you have a sexual energy in life? I can repeat again. There are three indications. You having a great intimacy with your partner, great relationship, right? Your climax or your orgasms is out of the roof, right? This is the first indication. You are active, creative, energetic, healthy, wanting, your libido is on point, and so on, human being, right? That's another thing. And the third thing, your financial situation is great, right? That's responsible for all of these three things, responsible sexual energy. Fourth, I can tell you have babies, okay? But that's, how to say, you can have a baby or you can create a huge product, have some kind of a discovery or write a book or whatever, and you put your sexual energy in, not in a project baby or in a project something else. Doesn't matter, right? But that's the indications. And if you say yes, yes, then you don't need my course, right? But people who are looking and constantly looking in constant search, they're looking for themselves. Okay, they're looking for themselves, because I can tell you, people who have all these three major things in their life, they're not on social media, they're not looking. Okay, they have a great relationship, they have a great health and a creative attitude that they want to do million things, they want to achieve million things, they want to go, they want to do their life is boiling. It's not boring, but it's boiling. Okay, they are living. Okay, vibrant. To feel alive is to be in erotic state. Okay, in erotic state. Erotica is a rebellion energy. It's you re-editing yourself. It's you redoing things. Okay, inside, outside, everything what's inside is reflected outside. That is erotica. Okay, and there are people who stiff and stale and stand in the same place and scared to do anything and so on, and then they live this life and they don't want to experiment with their wife, or don't want to change anything and so on. That's another life. It's okay. You can stay this way. No one is asking you to go anywhere. You understand? Simple as that. So there are different ways how you can choose to live your life. Okay, but when people are searching, they're searching for one thing, for improvement. Okay, and when everyone is on social media, seriously, everyone is searching. Okay, and what you're searching for yourself, right? How to enter yourself, how to access yourself, how to access those how to say, like, I am saying on my life that sexual energy is your main resource. Okay, adults, you see, they create the sexual energy. Okay, they do, right? This vibration, this aliveness is related to adults. Okay, animals, they doing it. They don't have imagination. They are not creative. Okay, but they doing it, and they have a call, right? If you have an animal, you know that they have a call for this. It's in their, it's installed in their mechanism, right? They're doing it, right? They're not forgetting about this, right? It's installed in our human body too. But the mental state, the head is blocking everything. It's controlling. It's telling you what to do. Sexual energy is when your head is switched off. Okay, there are three ways when your head is switched off: when you're sneezing, right? When you're laughing, and when you're having an orgasm. There are three ways how your head is switched off, how you can switch off your machine. And people are not practicing, you know not practicing this, because it's how they say, it's haram, it's not allowed. Yeah, and that's how we grow up. And from one point, it is not allowed, and from the other point, you see 80% of content is corn online. How is that? Is a coincidence? What is going on? Why there is no balance in there? People are lacking and suffering because they do not have that intimate connection. They do not have that, spark towards each other. They don't know how to, it's gone. It's not gone. It's not gone. There are levels and levels and levels in our life and our intimate life too. Okay? And every time, every level should get better. That's my point. And that's my opinion about intimacy. And that's why I have to come and educate and educate and tell people that that's true. Okay? Seriously, I can't even, people created gym, created fitness, created yoga, created even facial yoga. Have you seen these facial yoga exercises? Not to get old. You know, have you seen this? It's a serious blowjob situation, or kissing the air. You know, it's just people are blind; they do not understand. But the only exercise and the only thing what you should be doing is with your partner first. And then when you're not tired and still have an energy, then go to the gym. But people wake up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock and go to the gym, not waking up their partners. It's like, someone is programming you, but in a programming you, and we're getting more and more distance from love, from passion, from desire, from partnership, from great intimacy, relationship, just getting further and further from this. The life and the comfort is getting better, you know? So that's how it is. That's why you see art can change things and can make you feel things again. And that's why I start creating art. And I am talking today about online courses. And I'm being very honest during my courses. It's not going to be anything like Okay, so people are worried about the courses. Let me just quickly go through this, okay, and finish this one and for all. Okay, so there are two courses at my studio. Eros transformation course, it's a confidence course. It's your sexual transformation. It's your analysis, okay, where you will take a pictures and you will do certain things. You will talk about this in a group, you will show yourself in a group, you will show up and you will be present and you will be honest and you will, how to say, drop all this bullshit that you gathered, all these layers of lies and embarrassment and shyness. Adults not supposed to feel this way, okay? Children, yes. Children is a different thing, right? But adults not supposed to be embarrassed when they're talking intimate stuff, when they're undressing in front of each other. It's not supposed to be like this, right? So that's about honesty. Eros Confidence course is about honesty. Eros Photography course, okay, it's for adults to learn photography in a different levels. But this is going directly to a project where you will shoot and make money. Okay, that's like simple. Like says I'm saying simple, but I will make it simple. And people who will go to this course, that's exactly what they will do. So the first one, they will have a confident and sexy you transformation in a certain time, okay, very short time. And the second course will create you a project with an adult model when you will have money in hand, okay, and you will pay off your initial online course. Okay, so that's my goal, and that's gonna be your goal, right? So the problem with these courses is time pressure. Okay, and for me, as always, I would go to more courses, but I came to the point when I already felt enough. Okay, enough. I don't have time anymore to learn. I've learned too much. Okay, I have 4 higher degrees, and past few years I attended psychology courses. You see, and I love psychology, right? So that was something what I've invested my time, and it takes some time. When you're in psychology course, you do a lot of analysis, okay, and a lot of testing as well with yourself, of course. So that I will add to my Eros transformation course, okay, things that I've learned there and things that worked for me, okay. So that's the thing. So time pressure is this. Basically, when you are working on your app, which will be a Telegram, Okay, it has to be like 2 3 hours definitely, okay, to get a certain result in the long term. And every course will be between 5 to 10 days. Okay, so that's a commitment, right? That's a commitment. Not everyone can do this commitment, right? But when someone wants to change and change something in their life, they absolutely go for it. So that's the thing. Time pressure. People think that it's going to be the whole day. Well, depending on the person again, right? But that's the first thing what I would say people need to consider is the time. Okay, and I did both times. I did courses when I'm on holiday and I did courses when I've studied. Okay, when you really want this and you realize that will change your life, okay, you will find the time. Okay, so that's the first thing, talking about time pressure. The second thing about fear and failure and embarrassment. That's a very huge thing, okay? Because when it comes to Eros transformation course, when you will be undressing and showing all your imperfections, okay? I'm not saying your private parts, but I'm saying, you will be showing the way you want, the way you can, and talking about this, right? It's, of course, will be embarrassing. That I cannot deny. Okay, it's gonna be embarrassing. And when it comes to adult photography course, it's gonna be embarrassing because there is no other course who will include so many intimate and dirty content. But we have to discuss all the fantasies what adults have, and I will deliver there. Okay, so yes, it's gonna be embarrassing maybe for you to listen and ask questions and discuss this, but this is something what you have to go through, because if you're shooting adults will be sharing secret fantasies which are taboo, and you have to go through this. Okay, so failure, fear, and embarrassment will be leading you on the both courses. Okay, and get over. I am just straight away saying ahead, right? So that people think, oh, what I should expect. Okay, you expect to feel this way. Just expect to feel this way, because if you cannot go over this, adult photography is not for you. You should be shooting photo shoots with limitations, where people maybe undress, maybe show a little bit, but that would be just enough. Okay, so that's the thing. So another thing is fear of learning and fear not being good enough or being perfectionist or being the first. Okay, so that is a huge thing because I've experienced in all my learnings. Okay, we are competitors. People who wants to achieve and change their life, they are want to be first in line. Okay, they are want to be successful. Okay, they want to be winners, they want to be smart, they want to be the ones who figure this out, and so on, right? And so imagine if you don't know. Imagine if you said something and it's not the right thing. Imagine if it's you saying something and it feels stupid for someone. Okay, you will be a lot of overthinking, but that's the learning process, because learning process involves you being stupid at something. Okay, and it's just a fact. When you're learning something first time, okay, you allow yourself to be a student and you allow yourself to be stupid and ask stupid questions to learn, and that's okay. Okay, no one, you see, you can't be born with the knowledge about erotic photography. You can't, right? You need to learn this, and learning involves you feeling stupid, and involves you being scared to ask something or say something, right? It's being a student, it's being a student, and having no fear to be judged and be laughed at. Okay, and the online course here is beneficial for everyone because you're not sitting in one auditorium and no one is watching at you. Okay, you're doing it at your home at your convenient time. Okay, then another thing, I would never laugh at anyone, because I went through a lot of learning myself, right? So I know what that is, to be stupid and just come and ask those stupid questions, right? I did that, so for me it's okay, right? And I would ask and support everyone who feels this way. That's a normal position, okay? being fearful that they are not going to be on time, or they're not going to understand, or they are not going to learn, or so on. That's another thing, and that's very natural, because there will be some leaders in the group, and there will be someone who's always behind. Okay, and everyone has to go in their normal phase and pace, right? So there will be people who will be doing homeworks first, and there will be maybe you who will be doing homeworks last and constantly feeling stupid about this. Okay, but there are sprinters, and there are people who doing slowly, right? Even in intimacy, even like, yeah. Okay, so this is like a normal thing. This is your personality. You would understand, even more yourself, okay, when it comes to learning online with me, right? But being, how to say, being so good enough, it's perfectionist position, okay, and perfectionist position is always put you into a stumbling point, because when you are a perfectionist, you are obsessed about something, and there is, you see, life is changing so much. There is no need to be so perfect about something in life, because everything is changing. One moment you think this is perfect, the next year it's not gonna be. People are evolving and changing all the time, and I had this perfectionist, obsessive nature, okay, and I discovered it when I went to post-production editing mode, okay, because I stayed with this one picture for 2 3 days. I wanted it to be polished, and every millimeter, how to say, edited is ridiculous, okay. So I would be recognizing and seeing your flaws, okay, and just comparing with me and dragging you out of this situation you are in. And also, what is good with this group courses, that there will be people like you, so you would notice straight away. Okay, you would notice. I will be there to guide you, direct you, and how to say. I know how people feel. Okay, another topic is fear of technology. Okay, because everything is happening on the computer. Okay, on the apps, on this. You're using cameras. You're using this. Just a second. Let me verify. Fear of technology is going to be another point that would probably stop you. Okay, especially it can stop during photography courses, because you see, when you are going to shoot with a professional camera, you have to be professional at shooting at the start. Okay, learning to your camera and learning erotic photography will put a lot of pressure on you, because you would have a technology situation. Your camera just would not shoot the things that you want. You would see one thing, your camera would shoot something else. Okay, and that the same happens on the camera, on the phone camera. Okay, so we will be going through this situation, because people will be having issues with technology. It's regardless, or the app will not load, or they would not have a sound, or they cannot submit their homework, or they cannot download, or they cannot, there will be technology situations. But like I say, everywhere in life, this situation's been resolved. Okay, so if we have them, we will just how to say, tackle this point, right? And the other thing probably is going to be the question, which worries my students, is, would that course be successful for you, and would you get enough information, and would you, how to say, benefit from it, right? Like previous guy was saying, why should I believe you? Okay, why should I believe you? So this is, with the learning situation, is this: there will be people who would just come to listen to this, and they're not ready to learn. Okay, there was courses, I remember there was a course from a quite one famous person, how to become a billionaire, and I went to this course, and I have not spoken there at all. So I paid this money, and I was just so terrified, okay, because everyone advanced, and in business and stuff. I haven't spoken. I was just watching, and I was just quiet mice, okay, in that course. And I've realized that it's okay like this too, when you're not ready, when you just need to be in this environment with these people who are moving their business forward, who they're rocking, who they're doing the projects. I just I couldn't. I was paralyzed there. Okay, it's not that it wasn't my environment. It's not that I didn't like the tutor. Okay, it's not that I was attending because I paid this money. Okay, it's just because I wasn't ready inside, okay, to communicate, to participate, to open my mouth, okay, and say things, right? So there will be people who will enroll, join the course, and who will be just watchers, okay? Everyone has their own personality and level of their development, right? And when you go to social media online, they are very often talking about the knowledge acceptance, right? So if you know everything and your glass is full, you will never get the new knowledge. Okay, you need to empty yourself and come absolutely, how to say, available and able to take. Okay, and be lower. Okay, usually when you are lower, then you can pour that water in. Okay, when you are lower, and then I will be here and I will be pouring water. But if you mentally are not ready and you think that you are here with me or here, you would not get information from me. It's not possible to pour above me. It's just not possible to do that, right? So I don't know in which state you are going to come and how it's going to be, how you will visit me during that course, and what would be your, role. But I'm saying there are many options you can take. Okay, you can watch, you can participate, and you can work. Okay, hard, right? There are everyone's choices. Everyone will have the same ticket, right? The same ticket. Okay, so I finish my chit chat about courses. Let me quickly discuss what we have here as our questions, and we have 51 new messages. Thank you so much. A lot of messages here. Love it. Okay, coming back. Tell me. Okay, tell me you want to finish too. You want to finish too. Okay. Hi baby, I'm leaving work now. Okay, someone is coming. Okay, right. I like this type of jokes. Okay, I'm sorry. Right, I'm sorry. Let me check this. Sometimes the screen doesn't show me these messages. Okay, I don't know why. I need to learn maybe this TikTok. Okay, Dixon. What is Dixon? Okay, anyway. So, thank you so much for being here, watching, and being with me. I am translating sometime live. Okay, I don't know what will be the next topic. I'm probably moving now to editing my websites, and this week is going to be working on my website and revamping. So that's what I'm going to do, right? And I will keep you updated, posted. Thank you for being there. What I can promise is this: if I found very interesting questions out there, I'll go live, okay, and I will chit chat about it. Okay, that's what I do. If I see questions, questions related to photography, adult photography, erotica, erotic fantasies, and of course, how to say, photo shoots for men, women, couples, right? And erotic fantasies, including models, right? Models are other people. So we can discuss all of these topics, right? And today I was talking about online courses. Okay, online courses for people who feel shy and awkward being adults. Okay, awkward being an intimate situation or not able to initiate a situation, right? There are adults who are feeling shy to undress. There are adults who are feeling shy to have a conversation, which includes intimate, taboo, secret details, right? There are adults who are living with their partner and still feel shy or embarrassed to share intimate information. Okay, there are different situations out there, but I want to change. I want to change. Adults, be less children. Okay, be less shy, be less scared, nervous about intimacy. Avoid this, right? And be braver and start living their life, start feeling more. Okay, and having just a different quality. right? Adult quality. Start playing adult games. Start being with someone. Okay. The moment you will want this truly with your heart, you will change this for yourself. Okay. I heard this online very often. And that's true. That's true. If you are not choosing, how is it? If you're choosing this, you're not changing. How is it? How is this saying? If you are choosing it, I will remember. I will talk about this in next time. For now, love you, kiss you, mean it. Bye bye. I'm letting you go. Have a good Monday. Ciao.